Halfway through the path, people slow down. Not always on purpose, just enough to feel that they've done it. Because there's a section of wall there that doesn't hold its shape the same way twice. Stone underfoot, still holding last night's rain. Walls close on either side, cold through the coat. Close enough that your shoulder almost brushes as you pass. Light sits at both ends, but the middle holds it back. And it's there, in that middle stretch, where the surface of the wall begins to gather into something. At first, it's only texture. Damp, caught in stone, uneven lime, old work settling its own way back. And then the light shifts, low from the far end, and something holds it. A rise, a hollow, a line that lingers longer than it should, long enough that your eye tries to finish it. And once it does, you don't quite walk the same way through again. It's one of those snickets between the back of the houses used every day. No sign, no reason to think twice. Children run it, shopping bags pass through it. Keys are already in the hand before the other end. And still, that middle stretch, it holds people longer than it should. Some pass straight through, step even, eyes are forward, out the other side, without anything catching hold. Others, slow, not stopping, just less certain in their stride. A glance over the shoulder before they get clear of it. And a few, they choose a different way home. The wall doesn't change quickly. It waits for the light. Late afternoon, when the sun drops low enough to reach the far end. That's when it shows itself properly. Not all at once, never clean, but enough. Always enough. There's a story that still gets told, quietly, and it's never quite the same twice. 3 lads, Christmas Eve, bikes taken from the yard further up the hill. They cut into the snicket and they try to ride through it, but the ground doesn't run clean in there. Stones uneven under the wheels, the space tightening quicker than it should. And what starts as riding turns into pushing, close together, too close. And somewhere in that middle stretch, one of them loses his line. Shoulder into the wall, hands out to catch himself. The others, they bunch into him. The bars are knocking, the feet are slipping, all 3 trying to turn at once, and none of them quite managing it. And that's when it settles. Something in the surface holds, not shifting, not slipping. It's just there. A face. No one ever agrees what it looked like, only how it felt. That it caught them, properly caught them. And whatever was in them in that moment, it knew it. They don't stay. The telling always ends the same way. They leave everything where it is and they get out fast. And when it's spoken about after, it's never the same shape that comes first. It's the look of them. White, shaken, not speaking properly. Some say they never took what wasn't theirs again. Or if they did, they chose a different way through. After that, people started noticing. all at once, but enough. Some evenings, nothing catches. It's just stone, just damp, just a quick way through. And others, the middle of that path feels held, as though the space has already been taken before you finished crossing it. There's a man who used to pass that way each evening, the same time and the same steady pace, with his coat folded over one arm in the warmer months. Well, it didn't trouble him at first. It was just another narrow run between houses. Until one evening, his step eased off. There was no decision in it, just a change. And his eyes moved, drawn to the darker section of the wall. And for a moment, it felt as though something in the surface had already settled on him. After that, he noticed the difference. Some evenings the wall sat quietly in the corner of his eye and the space opened. Nothing held him there. And others, the passage felt occupied, not closed, not blocked, just claimed. He tried once to stand in front of it, to hold it still and see it clearly. But the longer he stayed, the less it settled. Lines shifting, depth slipping, as though it resisted being fixed and it preferred to be passed. No two people describe it the same way. That's what stays with it. Ask, and you'll get hesitation first, then a shape that never quite matches the last telling. But the feeling lands the same. Someone tried to clean it back once, scraped the surface and lifted the damp. Fresh lime laid over it. For a while it flattened out, even, forgettable. But the light still found it, same angle, same hour, and slowly, through the new surface, the unevenness returned. Softer at first, then deeper. Until once again, there was something there, waiting to be recognised. People still use the path, of course they do. It's quicker, it's familiar, and it's always been there. But not everyone walks it the same anymore. Some pass straight through, some slow, and some take the long way round once the light starts to drop. And if you find yourself there, in the narrow stretch between the houses, with the light sitting low behind you, you might notice it. Not clearly, not all at once. Just enough to feel that the wall has already made its mind up about you. That's Giles signing off. And some paths remember more than they show. And some faces, they only settle into a place when they know that you're carrying something you shouldn't be.